Welcome once more to another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Hopefully you'll find them informative, and when you go to your local bookstore, you will seriously consider the titles that I'm about to review for you. As usual, there are two books, two very highly recommended fiction books, and they definitely are must-reads. The very first one is The Last To Vanish by MEGAN Miranda. This is published by Mary Sue Rucci Scribner Books, and it retails for $24.99. This MEGAN Miranda has written several top-rate thrillers, and this one is just a continuation of her amazing writing skills. If you want a book that's great in characterization, great in suspense, MEGAN Miranda is an author that you must not miss. The book revolves around Cutters Pass, North Carolina. It's a small town, and there's some interesting things that have been happening to it over the years. The main character in the book is Abby Lovett. She's lived there for 10 years. She manages the local inn, and she's seen many things happening during the decade. But one of the things that is happening, that people are coming to the town, and they're not leaving. In fact, it has been nicknamed the most dangerous town in North Carolina. So well, obviously they don't want the publicity to drive people away. So into town comes Trey West. He's looking for his brother Landon, who was there a couple of years ago. Landon was a journalist, and he was actually investigating all the disappearances. So ironically, he disappeared as well too. So Trey wants to find answers. He would like to find his brother alive, but he's not holding out that hope. So he does go to the sheriff, but one of the problems is the townspeople do not want the publicity, because if they get publicity, negative publicity, that people are coming there and vanishing without a trace, they're not going to come to Cutters Pass, North Carolina. So it's an interesting premise. Trey starts investigating, and he thinks he's found things, but actually it is Abby who makes an interesting discovery, and I'm not going to tell you what she discovers because that'll give away part of the story, but she discovers something that makes her think, yes, there is something going on in this town, and they aren't just accidental disappearances. People just didn't fall off a cliff or something like that. There was a force at work that is making the people disappear for whatever reason. So there's another girl that works at the inn. Her name is Georgia, and she is, well, spooked by it. So eventually she just leaves. She can't handle it. So Abby's boyfriend Corey is a person of interest. He runs something called the Ghost Tours, which is basically the areas where the people were last seen. So it makes you wonder whether he's doing something to advance his business. And there's a lot of interesting suspects throughout the book. But MEGAN Miranda really makes us guess through every page of the book. And hopefully The Last To Vanish won't vanish from your bookshelves without you reading it, because it's definitely a book that you must read, and read it very, very soon. And the second book of note is Movieland by LEE GOLDBERG. This is published by Thomas and Mercer, and it retails for $24.99. LEE GOLDBERG is a television producer and writer. He's been part of many hit series such as Monk. And he's also written several series of books. Among them were the Fox and O'Hare series with Janet Ivanovich. The two wrote very well together, and he's basically on his own. He's written dozens of books. And this is book 4 of the Eve Ronan series. She is a, well, hard-boiled detective, let's put it that way. She is someone who does not back down, and because of this, the people in the police force that she's part of, they sort of resent the fact that she is take charge and take no prisoners. And I think the men are a little jealous of her. Now, her partner at the force, Detective Duncan Pavone, is about 2 weeks away from retirement. He's ready to settle down. He wants to, finally retire, but retirement is not going to come easy because in the last 2 weeks, there is a shotgun death in the local park. And the park is a Malibu Creek State Park. And 2 women are shot. One of the women dies. Kim Spivey dies. And she's with her girlfriend, Zena Faust. And Zena gets injured as well. She clings to life, and she eventually recovers, and she tries to tell what happened. Some think that Zena Faust overstepped her bounds because she's always criticizing the environment. She's criticizing the police force as not doing their work. So one wonders if actually Zena Faust was the intended target first, and Kim Spivey really was in the way of the shotgun. And but anyways, Eve Ronan vows to Zena that she will find out who killed her, or who killed her partner, Kim Spivey. So apparently there have been a lot of shotgun attacks in this park, and they call, the shooter is nicknamed the Malibu Sniper from the Malibu Creek State Park. And but it's being covered up because they don't want people to be afraid to go to the park. And there have been 7 shootings in the last year or more, and none of the previous shootings resulted in a death until Kim Spivey died. So Eve and Duncan start looking into possible suspects. Now, there's also another murder just outside the park of a local councilman, and he's killed. And in his car, there's a big truckload of money. So they wonder how he got the money and what exactly happened and why the councilman was targeted. So it's mystery upon mystery. But Lee Goldberg is noted for his very superior mystery writing, and also he also adds levity to the book, as we saw in this Fox and O'Hare series with Janet Ivanovich. He manages to, add a lot of suspense and drama, but there's a lot of classic one-liners between Eve and Duncan and the other characters. So it doesn't take away from the serious nature of the book, but it's always nice to take a levity break, let's put it that way. Movieland races toward a chilling conclusion, and I'm not going to say what's going to happen, of course, or what happened, because that would give it away. But anyways, you have to read it for yourself to find out that Movieland is definitely a book that you should add to your collection, and hopefully they might make a series out of the Eve Ronan books, because they definitely would make a great series. And Lee Goldberg could be the producer because he's done so much TV before. So those are the 2 books I wanted to draw your attention: The Last To Vanish and Movieland. Hopefully you'll agree with me. Please let me know if you do, and if you don't, just tell me, Paul, you're crazy. Well, some have already said that, but anyways, that's beside the point. So until we meet again with more video reviews from Shelf Life, stay safe, stay sane, stay social distancing, and do stay in touch. Talk again real soon. Bye for now.